So, how often do you entertain your negative self talk? So, this is the thing about your thoughts. You can manage them, right? So, a thought might pop into your mind, but you have the power to accept that thought or reject it, right? It can be planted, but you don't have to nurture and protect it. You don't have to agree with it. And so, what you want to be able to do is manage yourself, manage your thoughts, manage your time, and that leads to ultimately managing your future. And so I want you to tell your past thank you, not because it was perfect, but because it has taught you so much. Tell your past thank you because there are some lessons learned, some mistakes made that you never have to make again. Right? There are some things you've gone through that you're like, you know what? You got me that time, but this is not happening anymore, right? Like I am owning my future. And so I'm going to share with you 5 keys to owning your future. The first one is you got to give yourself permission to be you. And it sounds simple, but most people are not presenting who they truly are. They're trying to blend in. And for so many years, I tried to fit in. And I used to wonder, like, wow, why can't I get into this group? Like, why am I? And then I would be like, okay, well, let me just pretend to be this Jessica, right? And I had to learn that I have to show up as my authentic self. Like, my business did not start growing until I showed up as my authentic self. I wasn't as happy as I could be until I showed up as my authentic self. And that meant that some of the things that I was taught, I no longer aligned with. And that was fine with me, right? Because, and I'm going to try not to go too deep into this, but there is the person that you were taught to be, and then the person you were designed to be. And so you've got to step into the person you were designed to be. The next thing is, you've got to stop focusing on what has already happened. Going back to tell your past, thank you. It's done. It's over, right? You can't go back and change it, but you can definitely create a better future for yourself and your family. And a lot of times what we do is we ruminate, like we just think about it over and over and over again. Oh, I made this mistake. Oh, this didn't work out. Oh, I didn't get this. Oh, and all you're doing is you are diluting your positive energy and you are repelling peace. You're repelling happiness. You are repelling growth. You are repelling joy. You are repelling abundance because you've got to be on the same energetic level of what it is you are trying to attract in order to attract it. Oh gosh. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay. Next one is you got to remember that growth is never comfortable. And so far too often we are looking for comfort, but we're saying we want to grow. And I'm here to tell you that they can't happen at the same time. Like growth and discomfort, they are hand in hand. You got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You got to be willing to bet on yourself. You got to be willing to take a chance on yourself. You got to be willing to do some things that like outright scare the hell out of you. Right now, the past Jessica would have said the heck out of you. Why would I have said that? Because I don't want to offend anybody. Because I don't want, like, see, I am showing you an example of what it means to be authentically you. Like, that's what I would literally say if I was just talking to a family member or a friend, right? But I'm saying it to you because you are like a family member. You are like a friend. And I'm not going to dilute who I am. It's like this. I am continually working on myself. I'm consistently attempting to be a better version of myself. But what I'm not doing is doing myself to be a people pleaser. Oh God. All right. So remember that growth is never comfortable. So if you want to step into something extraordinary, then you're going to have to become extraordinary, right? You're going to have to do the extraordinary. And there are some things like you might just be shivering, shaking, nervous, afraid, all of those things. And a lot of times we're running from fear, and it's like, no, grab the fear, throw it to the passenger seat, and like, you just got to come with me, because I'm not going to stop. Like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to go after that contract. I'm going to go after that opportunity. I'm going to speak. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to go back to school. Like, you have to take control of yourself and your future. Own it. Nobody can live this life for you. Life is so precious. Like, sometimes I feel like people think we have an unlimited amount of time here. Like, no, go get it. Do it afraid. Make the money. Be yourself. Come out as who you are. The people who love you are going to love you regardless. Oh gosh. Okay. I try not to go. I try not to go long, but sometimes I just get fired up. I get fired up. The next thing is you got to be careful who you allow in your ear. This is so important. In my book, Profitable Conversations, How to Position Yourself for Expansion, I talk about this, like protecting your eye gates, protecting what you're looking at, right? If you're always looking at drama and violence and the news and reading about negativity, like that is going to be what you allow into your ecosystem, and that's how your life is going to be. But if you limit negativity, right? Limit the people who are always negative, the people who are always gossiping, the people who are always upset, the people who are never content, right? When you limit that, then you allow yourself to attract those things that you want, right? So be careful about who you allow in your ear. I have missed out on major opportunities because I have allowed others to talk me out of what I said I wanted. I allowed them to transfer their fear over to me. And that's unacceptable. That's another form of people pleasing, right? And so if you know that that is something that you struggle with, I want you to own it today. And anytime you find yourself doing that, you need to catch yourself, right? That's why self-awareness is important. You got to catch yourself and let yourself know we're not doing this today. Like, I talked to Jessica, like, Jessica, we're not doing this today. Jessica, pull it together. Jessica, that was not a good look for you. Jessica, are you being your future self or are you being your past self, right? Are you reverting back? It's time to get back to who you need to be. It's time to get back to who you were designed to be. It's time to get back to who you desire to be, right? And so I'm sharing that with you as well. And then last but not least, you want to pay attention to who and what you say yes to. Again, your time is valuable. And you can't allow people to waste your time, especially with drama and negativity, right? Especially if they are not adding value, especially if they are pulling, like they're always asking, but they're never reciprocating, right? And you can't even allow yourself to waste time. So, you know, we all have little things that we do that are not productive, but you got to just give yourself a set amount of time to do those things. Like, you shouldn't be scrolling for 30 minutes for an hour. Like, you hop on 5-10 minutes, get that little fix, and you're off. You're back to work. But your time is too valuable for you to say yes to everything. Again, going back to people pleasing. People are asking you to do things you don't want to do, you don't have time to do, but you're saying yes because you don't want to disappoint them. You're saying yes because you don't want them to see you as selfish. But you can't continue to disappoint you because you're afraid to disappoint others. And so today I want to challenge you to own your future. Everything that you want, everything that you desire is accessible to you. But it's going to be up to you to get it. Until next time, take care.